The meeting of the MDA member was held on Thursday to discuss on roster based on the reservation policy. Briefing reporters after the meeting, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma admitted that the leaders who are part of MDA have a lot of questions and they sought more time to understand the matter. He further added that there are many scenarios which will develop through that, many complications, so all those things were explained to them, so whatever they could grasp at that point of time, I am sure they have found it satisfactory, said Conrad Sangma.
As I mentioned earlier also that the entire concept of roster system is complicated in nature and hence they had a lot of queries and we have tried to clarify as much as possible and to a large extent they have been able to grasp the points and whatever queries they had we have tried to clarify those queries and tomorrow we'll continue the meetings and we'll be meeting all parties and once we have that discussion then we'll be having a press conference after that meeting.
Any views or suggestions from the MDA, sir?
Yes, they have given their views and suggestions and we've noted them down.
So when likely the government will take a final decision on this?
No, the decision is actually taken and this is the line that we are moving forward in and now we are reaching out to all the stakeholders and MLAs and explaining to them that what the system that the government is following.
So a political party like them today has stated in their statement that discussing the roster without touching the reservation is pointless. What do you have to say, sir?
No, that's not correct because reservation is a different subject, but a roster without a reservation without a roster is meaningless. But talking about reservation, talking about roster and not touching reservation is not going to make any sense. That's not correct at all. You have to understand what a roster is. The roster is basically a scheme or a process or a schedule to implement the reservation policy in letter and spirit. Now what that means, so let me start explaining so that all of you are also on board. What reservation does is that it allows certain reservations in certain categories. Now these reservations then when the posts are advertised, then the reservation policy is applied. Now in the past what used to happen, if there were 10 vacancies that used to be vacancies were advertised, the reservation policy would apply 4-4-1-1 or whatever the ratio is. Now in the absence of a roster system, then when the next 10 positions would come out or 2 or 3 positions would come out, again the reservation policy would apply in the 4-4.5 and 1 version 1.5. Now when the reservation comes in, it actually charts out and prepares a schedule of which category, which post will go to which category. So if the reservation comes out tomorrow, a roster comes out tomorrow for reservation, it'll plot exactly that position number 1 is meant for unreserved, position number 2 is for Khasi Jantia, position number 3 is for Garo, position number 4 will be for Khasi Jantia, position number 5 will be for Garo, position number 6 will be for Khasi Jantia. It plots those points in the sense that tomorrow if there is an appointment or an interview call for 3 posts, that means there will be 1 post for unreserved, 1 for Khasi and 1 for Garo. That's what a roster does. Now if the 4th position comes out tomorrow for interview, so number 1, number 2, number 3 is done. The number 4 position is for a Khasi. Hence the advertisement will say 1 LDA post for a Khasi category. If again after a year 1 more post comes out, that's number 5 position, that's meant for a Garo. And hence the advertisement will say LDA position for a Garo. So roster system allows the implementation of a reservation policy in letter and spirit and allows the exact schedule of the post to be appointed. That's what a roster is, and hence a roster, a reservation policy without a roster will not implement the reservation policy in true letter and spirit. But it's the question of discussing reservation policy is completely different subject. So I mean, I'm trying to explain to you, it's complicated. I'm sure that when you see the chart tomorrow, you'll be able to understand the concept better.